People vanish every day. Some walk away willingly, others are never meant to be found. But then, there are those who disappear and leave behind a mystery so chilling, so impossible, that even the most hardened investigators are left questioning reality. A diary with pages missing, a phone that rings long after its owner is gone, a camera filled with photos that shouldn't exist, clues that don't just hint at what happened, but make you wish you never asked. What if the last thing they left behind wasn't a goodbye, but a warning? These are 5 cases of people who vanished and the terrifying traces they left behind. On a cold November evening, 24-year-old Daniel Reese walked out of his apartment and never returned. No signs of struggle, no surveillance footage of where he went next. Just gone. But weeks later, his landlord made a discovery that changed everything. Tucked beneath his bed, hidden under loose floorboards, was a journal. The last pages were unlike the rest. Frantic handwriting, sentences crossed out, warnings that made no sense, until they did. The final entries were erratic, short, desperate sentences scattered across the pages. It knows I can see it. The knocking won't stop. Do not open the door. The last page was unfinished, a single word scrawled over and over, pressing deep into the paper as if his hand had been shaking. What was behind him? What had he seen? Police searched his apartment, but there was no evidence of forced entry, no sign of a struggle, just that diary, and a single disturbing detail. The night Daniel disappeared, his upstairs neighbor reported hearing footsteps pacing in his room. Heavy, slow, but Daniel lived alone. And when investigators lifted the diary, they noticed something underneath. An indentation pressed into the wooden floor beneath it, as if someone or something had been standing right behind him, watching as he wrote. To this day, Daniel Reese has never been found. His apartment remains empty. The diary locked away as evidence. But the strangest part, the handwriting on that last page, wasn't entirely his. Was he losing his mind? Or was something else in that room with him, waiting for him to notice? And if it was, where did it go when Daniel vanished? In 2016, 31-year-old Rachel Bennett vanished after sending a final text to her best friend. It was short, unsettling, and the last anyone ever heard from her. It's watching from the top of the stairs. I think it knows I can hear it. Rachel had been staying in an old, isolated house, one she inherited but had never lived in. She planned to sell it, but something changed. In the weeks before she disappeared, she sent messages that grew stranger by the day. When police arrived, her car was still parked outside. The house was locked from the inside, no signs of struggle. But what they found inside made no sense. Every single mirror in the house had been removed. Shattered glass was found in trash bags hidden in the basement. And in the dust covering the wooden floor were footprints leading up the stairs, but none coming back down. They searched the entire house, every room, every closet, nothing, until they checked the attic. At the top of the stairs, the attic door was slightly open. Inside, the air was heavy, still. The only thing in the room was a chair facing the entrance, as if someone had been sitting there, watching. And on the wall behind it were dozens of handprints, too many for one person, some small, some large, pressed deep into the wood as if they had been made from the inside. Rachel's phone was found beneath the chair, screen cracked. The last video recorded was just 4 seconds long, a single frame, a blurry image of a figure standing in the attic doorway, watching. Rachel Bennett was never found. The house was put back on the market, but no one stays for long. The new owners report hearing footsteps at night. always stopping at the attic door. And the handprints, they keep coming back. No matter how many times they are scrubbed away,